Dear Jean-Louis, I left the office without taking the time to tidy up. But you know how we work. Everything is an emergency. We had to go back to Albania as fast as possible and work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and National Security to set up water in the Kosovar refugee camps. There's a strange atmosphere in this country that's been historically isolated. The borders have just opened up, and within a few hours, all the armies of the world have landed here. This country is gray from head to foot, and the people appear just as sad as surprised. Albania is welcoming us without understanding what war has in store for it. My back already hurts. The van, the jeep, the chopper, the road is long and wet, but we have to see, understand, and assess the situation in order to meet the requirements of the assignment. We finally set up our camp in Rinas, next to Tirana Airport. According to our assignment, we have to work everywhere in Albania. Thank goodness the country is small. The Kosovar refugees are housed in huge state buildings. In front of them, we set up our small water treatment plants. Tomorrow, we are going to Lach, a small post-industrial town in oblivion. Its population has doubled since the arrival of the refugees. The SOS was sent out by Caritas France. I'll tell you when you get here.
Il va terrasser comme ça jusqu'à temps qu'on trouve le 500 qui passe en travers là. Regarde, il est là sur la photo. Le 500 qui passe en travers. Ouais, il est là. Ouais, c'est celui-là. Là. Hein, tu veux quelle quantité de fer? Quelle quantité? Il m'en faut beaucoup. Il m'en faudrait une vingtaine de bouts de 2 mètres.
Le banquier attitré est absent aujourd'hui.
The banker's not in.
Ici, c'est le marché officiel du change.
This is the official currency market.
Chaque jour, le cours.
Every day, the currency rate changes.
Le système bancaire.
That's the local banking system for you.
Donc aujourd'hui, le cours, c'est
Today, the rate is €1 equals 136 leks.
domaine de variation de
And it ranges from 135 to 139.
Le change, donc 3 billets qui
So you
deviennent.
see, I exchanged 3 bills into 84.
L'euro sert.
So the euro is the currency standard, but leks are necessary on the market.
Je peux couper 5 fois 2 mètres.
So we need to cut 5 2-meter sections.
Il n'y a pas d'énergie.
There's no energy. I expected that. No problem. We have what it takes. There's no electricity from 8 to 10 hours a day here. So you have to come with your equipment.
chose assez peu courante en Albanie, c'est de demander des factures.
You don't ask for invoices here in Albania, so every single time you end up in a great big discussion because you have to explain and ask, you have to write down the date, the amount, the signature, and explain that the invoice is necessary.
On travaille dans des conditions vraiment particulières, assez difficiles. On essaie malgré tout.
We work in odd, difficult conditions, but in spite of everything, we try to get the same professionalism as in France. In France, life is the same thing all the time. You go back home, do the same things over and over again. Even it's a strain on your marriage, right? And I've always been on the move. I like it. You see all kinds of things. And when you go back home, it's better.
Pas mal. Merci. Mais yo meilleur. Oui, pas mal. Ah, pas mal, c'est
Ça fait presque 20 ans que j'aligne des tuyaux.
I've been fitting pipes for nearly 20 years in the same way in the Paris area.
J'avais besoin de bouger un petit peu.
I needed to change. I needed to lift my spirits professionally. I work miracles with my little first aid kit. Miracles. It's good for the mind, it's good for your expertise. You have to make do. We really have to adapt here. We don't have what we need to get the work done, but we get it done. This is the valve, and this is their valve here. So we need to put a plate here and another one here and connect it like this. This is not a conventional project. It's a humanitarian project. We don't have quotas or profitability requirements. That's not the idea. We have to be with the people. And the people have their working habits. And here in the Balkans, time is something completely different. I mean, it's kind of fuzzy. It'll be done eventually. Sure, it will be done, but you don't really know when. I mean, so we did have to fight against that because we have a schedule, we have the numbers, we have the people, and we figure, well, we're going to do so much in so much time, and you realize that you have to adjust. As the mayor is here, I wanted to stress the quality of the partnership with Caritas. We're not looking for contracts. I mean, we wouldn't be in Albania, would we? And we don't want to have any publicity. We're not advertising. Actually, we're providing our expertise. We are a responsible company. Therefore, we provide people in need with expertise.
Here you don't feel the power of the Veolia people. It's people working with lots of skill. They work in the service of the population, the local communities. They work and mix with the locals. I mean, they're not just here with their there's no like big mammoth. You see people here working for the common good, serving the local population, just trying to make sure that they're a little less poor.
In an emergency project, you come for a very short period of time. You set up systems and you don't know how long the systems are going to be here for, so the first idea is to train the people to make the system durable.
Amenez-moi une pioche. Nikos.
Sur ce type de chantier, il est
in a project like this, you constantly work in blind conditions because you don't have documents regarding the equipment. And sometimes you run into problems like this. You cut a pipe. Cutting a pipe is not a major problem normally, but here, given the instability in the area here, it becomes a big problem. We have to remove the valve. There's no alternative. We remove the valve, put in a plug, and then we get the pumps working again. That's the priority. I suggest we stop and start all over again tomorrow at 8. Because we don't want to wear the people out. We have no valve. We might as well stop now and start all over again tomorrow morning at 8. We meet here tomorrow at 8, and we'll do it well, because we don't have what it takes to do the repair work. There's no sense in removing the valve. We can't fix it. And tomorrow we have to stabilize the earth. We'll do all that tomorrow morning, and then we'll get the pumps running again. Because the working conditions are becoming dangerous, we have to stop. We also have to teach them the new techniques, tell them how to work, and they have to become aware about the safety. Because in the future, an Albanian supervisor has to be able to make the decision and stop the work when it gets dangerous. We have to congratulate Rémi because there have been no accidents. Safety is a constant concern, and that is extremely stressful. Back in France, they tell me, oh, it went fine, you had a good time. And I say, sure, we went to the disco every night with the girls. It was great. Come on, be serious. You don't come to a project like this for fun, because, you know, they roll up the sidewalks at 8 in the evening here. All you do is work and sleep here.
Nécessairement, ce type de mission ne peut laisser indifférent. Et donc,
you can't be indifferent to a project like this. For some people, it's a first contact with international operations. In many cases, there are contacts with different people, different cultures, and contact with a different way of life, and sometimes extreme poverty.
On va les tasser, là. Allez-y, allez-y, allez-y. Allez-y, que tout le monde puisse entendre.
Here in Albania, people feel very neglected or abandoned. So when foreigners come in, for say Veolia or Caritas, they're moved and they gain confidence in themselves, confidence in life, and you know, they feel like they're not abandoned.
Concrètement, une petite action comme celle qu'on fait à
A small program such as the one here in Lach boosts the whole population.
Mais aussi, on a donné aux gens.
But at the same time, we've given the people an image of our organization, and they have looked at themselves.
Et ils ont eu envie, eux.
And now they have the desire to change their image. These are the two pumps that supply water to the town of Lach.
Okay, what I want to know is why the area here isn't cleaner while something so vital is being produced.
Dans une production d'eau,
in water production,
la première chose à faire,
the first thing to do is protect the resource.
Normalement, il doit y avoir aucune activité.
There should be nothing going on the watershed. You, as citizens, must defend the idea that this area must be protected. Because if you protect the resource, you're protecting your health. Albania needs good technicians in the future.
Donc, vous êtes à l'école en ce moment.
Right now, your school children enjoy yourselves, and you will become technicians for Albania in the future. And eventually you won't need foreigners for water production.
We promise we will become good technicians.
C'est vrai qu'il y a toujours, dans ces pays,
when you go to countries like this, you don't know what to expect from the people. And in the end, you realize all's well. We've become Albanians.
Le plus beau cadeau pour moi, c'est vraiment.
The greatest gift to me is to be right there on the project in the end with the employees, because we have this personal relationship, and having that personal relationship while sharing into the idea that water is now supplied to the town is really fantastic. I'll give my shoes to Tony, I'll give my boots to Street, I'll give a shovel to August, I'll give my jacket to Frock. You know, they really like to have a pair of safety shoes, a shovel, a hammer. They go for anything. It's priceless here. So I'll give them the tools so they can work. The Water Force project has been a good example for the Albanian people. It means that France and Europe have not forgotten Albania. France and Europe want Albania and the Albanian people to move forward and move ahead.
This project enabled us to learn a lot of things. I mean, it's not easy for NGOs to work with big companies. We have to get to know each other first.
This
expertise sharing is part of Veolia's determination to be a socially responsible organization. On top of that, it meets requirements. We provide professional expertise in the water business, and it's truly added value. And today, across the globe, whether in emergency or development situations, everywhere water has become a problem, and we have a genuine role to play. And this is an approach that the company can be proud of.
Ka qenë një kënaqësi, pasi kjo është një fitim edhe përvoje, se si duhet punojnë shqiptarët, se si duhet punojë administrata bashkisë, se si do të punojë kryetari i bashkisë, mbi bazën një grafiku, mbi bazën një vullnetit të pamposhtur.
Dhe kam mendim, jo vetëm unë që kam punuar, edhe populli i lashit e mangoj se Franca na ndihmoi për të ardhur ujë dhe për të ardhur ndihmë gjithë popullit të madh për ujë, si ishte donë shumë keq nga zgjenja e ujësillësit.
When the mission's accomplished, of course you're proud. It's natural. And you figure, well, you have a sense of accomplishment. It wasn't mission impossible, but it was pretty damn close. Okay, the water supply is settled now. But the water distribution network in the town is a disaster. You may have seen it for yourselves. The mains they put in is a great job, but it's not enough. But you shouldn't tackle the remaining work. We have to. But I'm an optimist. I'm optimistic.